Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Does Boxing. Back with another live stream. We're building on this boxing, what I'm saying, talking about these fights and recapping last night, dropping some news and notes. You know how we do it. What's good? Ricky E245, what's good? MMA champ Hamza, what's good, bro? What's good with you, Hamza? All right, we're gonna get into it. So it was like I said before when I talked about this fight week, it was a lot of fights going on, and it's finished off with Canelo Smith, but it was a lot of stuff going on. A couple of fight news that got dropped. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff going on. It's good because boxing is like ever changing. There's always something going on, some type of drama or fights or something like that. So whatever you're looking for in the sport of boxing is in there. So I'm gonna break it down as best as I can. You know what I'm saying? So first, I'm gonna recap yesterday. The fights that I saw, basically the ones that I was paying attention to. So the first card I seen, it was on UFC Fight Pass. Kevin Lorena, he's the IBO cruiserweight champion. He got a fifth round stoppage over Ferguson yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He broke him down, stopped him. You know what I'm saying? It was a good performance. This guy Lorena, now he's a maybe a top five-ish cruiserweight, maybe top 10 at least, but he's ranked number 3 in the new Bridgerweight division, that new division that caps off at 224 pounds. So we'll see what he do. He working with Lou DiBella, so we'll see what his next move is. So let's move on. Another cruiserweight fight that I seen. This was in Africa. This was popping. You know what I'm saying? This was popping. They had a live crowd there, and it was a good atmosphere, and it was a good fight. I thought this would probably be the best fight of the weekend, and maybe it was. I think Akhmedov and Gongor probably got that one, but this one was a good fight too. It was a nice little slugfest. These guys would stay in the middle of the ring, and they was just begging it out. Macabu versus Doadola for the cruiserweight WBC title. It was a good fight, going back and forth. I thought Doadola was doing good when Macabu stopped, you know what I'm saying, stayed on the ropes. But Macabu is just so crafty and so strong, you know what I'm saying. He was able to hurt Doadola with a with a left hand in the 7th round, and then he hit him with another one, and that was it. So he defended his title again. I want to see Macabu unify either with the WA champion, Galamarian, out of France. Breeders would be a bomb fight too. Even Dorlicos versus Macabu is crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? Good victory for him. Then we're gonna move on to the Showtime cards. First, we're gonna start with the prelims that was on the YouTube channel, the Showtime YouTube channel. You had 2 fights on there: Brandon Lee versus Dakota Linger, and Zaranian versus Benjamin Whitaker. So, Zaranian versus Whitaker, that was the first fight. I mean, Whitaker took that boy to school. You know what I'm saying? The Rain had all the advantages: reach, height, punching power per se. But Whitaker has the experience. He been fighting in the bubble. He fought like 3 times in the bubble, ESPN. So he's fresh. He's in shape. He outboxed the kid, took him to school. I thought he won like it was an 8-round fight. So I probably give him like 6 rounds to 2. And the kid, the Iranian kid, was just looking for big, you know what I'm saying, knockout power. He really wasn't investing to the body. He wasn't doing nothing, doing what you're supposed to do to break down a elusive fighter. So Benjamin got the well-deserved victory. Then Brandon Lee versus Dakota Linger. Now, this fight ended with some controversy. Lee, he's a bigger, stronger guy. Linger came to fight, though. You know what I'm saying? Um, I seen that Lee can get touched up a lot. And he was getting touched up by this kid, Linger. Linger, he came in there with no fear. He hit him a little bit, but Lee was just a stronger guy. I thought he had him going, but the kid really wasn't hurt, in my opinion. But he was, he was getting there. We know where it was coming. So the refs jumped in early and stopped the fight. I think it was in the 3rd round. So the backstory behind this, last time Brandon Lee, he fought on Showtime, he stopped the kid, Jimmy Williams. And he had Jimmy Williams hurt. He hurt him. He dropped him 3 times, but the first 2 times the ref could have stopped it, but he didn't stop it. He let it go on. The 3rd time, it was a crazy knockout. Go look that up. He knocked out Jimmy Williams crazy through the ropes. And the same referee of that fight, the Jimmy Williams fight, was the same referee for Dakota Linger fight. So maybe his conscience was like, I can't let this happen again. I seen what this kid, Brandon Lee, brings to the table. I was up close and personal, so I'm gonna jump in a little bit early. So that's what I think he did. Was it right? No. I think he gave the kid Linger maybe a few more, maybe like 30 more seconds to see how he was gonna respond. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The referees need to get retrained too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody need to get trained because these guys put their life on the line, and their pay grade is sometimes their pay grade is affected by what the referee do and the judges do. So if you ain't handling business, then it can mess up the fighter's career. So, but Brandon Lee moves on 21-0, 19 knockouts. So we'll see what's next for him. All right, to the main card, Showtime main card. Start with Antonio Russell versus Juan Carlos Payano. I mean, this was a rough, tough fight. You know what I'm saying? I thought Russell had the advantage at range with his jab and stuff like that. Payano was catching him with some overhand lefts, but he was just tying up and roughing them up. I see the strategy what he was trying to do. He said, Mark Pinkerton, what's good, man? Good afternoon. Salute to you. He said, go Browns. Salute, salute. So I see what Payano was trying to do. He was trying to slow down Russell, and then and probably the late rounds want to take those late rounds. But he was doing excessive holding, excessive grappling. I like what Russell was doing. He was punching on the inside. He was trying to get some work off in, but it was an ugly fight. But Russell, he showed that he's tough. He got some dog in him, and that stuff didn't sway him. And this fight got stopped by a head clash, and that was due to Payano keep running in, basically, in my opinion. But Russell, he was, and before the fight, the round before it was stopped, Russell was getting off. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was turning the tide and kind of slowing down Payano. So he get the technical decision because of the head clash, so he moves on. He got a high rank in the WA, so that means something coming up for him. I got my guesses who I think he gonna fight next, but he definitely in the running at 118 pounds. All right, next fight, Boost Ennis versus Chris Van Heerden. Boost started off fast. He started off like that dude owed him money or something. He really wanted to go home and end this night early. He started off quick, fast, letting the hands go both sides of the plate. He basically red up. Chris Van Heerden's face was getting red like the first 30 seconds of the fight. Boost came in, wasn't playing. These guys suffer a crazy head clash along the ropes with split Chris Van Heerden head, you know what I'm saying? So they stopped the fight. But Boost was well on his way for stop his victory, like well on his way. I know it's disappointing that he put in a lot of work and he come up with this result, but I mean, he looked damn good. He looked good. He went right at Chris Van Heerden. Chris Van Heerden didn't have no answer. Like, he wasn't gonna last another 2 rounds, bro. I couldn't even see him making to the 3rd round, honestly. So Boots, I know this is a tough one, but I think he can, stay the course. Just hopefully they can get him back in. You know what I'm saying? I got thoughts on that too. I'll talk about it when I get there. I want to talk about some other cards that got announced. But Boots, he's straight. He right there. The way he performed yesterday looked like a top 10 welterweight. Maybe, I mean, like he looked good. That's what I wanted to see. It won't no knock on, like, I never knocked Boots for his talent, nothing like that. I just want to see him active fighting good guys. And I know it's hard to get good fighters to fight him, but hey, he's been active. I can't complain. I want to see him step up even more. I think he's the goods for real. I always thought that, but this like furthermore proved that. Then the main event, this is a robbery for real. First and foremost, ain't no 2 ways about it. Rodriguez versus Galballo. Rodriguez just took the win out of the fight because he just outboxed him. He's a master counterpuncher, you know what I'm saying, for this division. He did what he had to do, and he made Galballo look crazy in the fight, honestly. He said, what's up, old shit? Salute. It goes on Booth's record as a no content, or will it show up on his record? No, it's a no contest. Yeah, it's going to show up on his record. You know what I'm saying? With the graphics of Showtime, they probably block it out, but it's a no contest. You know what I'm saying? We all knew what was gonna happen. But Rodriguez was nice with the counters, had a good jab going. You know what I'm saying? He busted up Galballo's lip and nose. I mean, he basically controlled the fight. You know what I'm saying? Galballo, he was trying to jump in and do some work, but he wasn't consistent with it. I see what he was trying to do, land one punch at a time. But you can't beat a good uh technician like that with one punch at a time. So I thought he lost like 10 rounds. But some way, somehow, the ref scored it. I mean, the judges scored it a split decision for Galballo. So he wins the WBA interim title. He didn't do much in this fight, honestly. I mean, previous fights he would jump in and he'll go right at the guy and he'll try to get you up out of there. This fight, he was being caught at bay. He got hurt with a jab a couple times in this fight. I thought Rodriguez won this fight easy, bro. I don't know what's going on. Maybe Galballo, he got the connection with Manny Pacquiao. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But that was a bad decision last night, man. Hopefully Rodriguez can protest that thing and maybe he can get another opportunity, something like that. Cause that's crazy. Maybe they paying Rodriguez back for not going through with the Neri fight. Remember he was gonna fight Neri on the Wilder Ortiz 2 undercard. Neri he came in overweight and he had a chance to still go on with the fight. But Rodriguez is like, hell no, I'm good. So maybe they paying him back for that shit. They lost some money or something. I don't know. Just me throwing shit out there. That don't mean it's true. It's just me speculating. All right, so we're gonna move on to the Canelo card. You know what I'm saying? Big night of boxing. So, pretty much the undercard. Nobody really was checking for the undercard like that, but of course I watched it. Um There was 2 off TV cards. They didn't show those. But Ammo Williams looked good against Isaiah Jones. I wasn't expecting him to stop this guy. This guy Jones been in the bubble. I mean, this is like his 4th or 5th fight this year, and he been pretty active, and he was in some good shape. So I didn't expect Ammo to come in like that, but he hit him with a big left hand, straight left hand down the pipe, hurt him, and then he just, had a nice little flurry and stopped him in the first round. So Ammo moves on, man. It's time to step him up. It's time to step him up. Let's see. He's fighting the middleweight division. I think it's time to step him up. Ray Ford too, same situation. He looked good. He dropped the kid in the first round with a right hook. Then he outboxed him, outclassed him. He got caught a little bit. You know what I'm saying? All these young guys got flaws they can work on. But I like how he ended the fight. You know what I'm saying? He landed a nice left hook. He twisted that. My man thought it was gonna be a jab because the jab was coming off quick all night. But then Ford, he turned it into a hook, dropped him and stopped him. So that's what it is. Coach K, what's good, bro? What's good? Salute to you for coming through. So yeah, Ford. So that was a good performance by him. And Ford been in there sparring with some young, hungry lions, and that had to sharpen up his skills. He was in the Teofimo Lopez training camp for Lomachenko, and he was just in camp with Shakur Stevenson for Tokukan Clary, who he fought last week. So iron sharpen iron, you know what I'm saying? The next fight, Frank Sanchez versus Julian Fernandez. Man, I thought Sanchez could have been a little bit more cleaner with his work. You know what I'm saying? He said Canelo looked great last night, pound for pound number 1. Yeah, I mean, I'm with that. It's gonna be hard to beat Canelo, for real. But Sanchez looks sloppy with that work. You know what I'm saying? They talking about him being a French top 10 guy. I think he need a little bit more development, in my opinion. He didn't look good to me against Brian Howard, even though he got the 4th round KO when he fought on Luis Ortiz undercard in November on PBC. And last night he just looked, I don't know. They said he messed his ankle up, you know what I'm saying? And he was gonna pull out. But hey, if that's the case, salute to him for pulling through and going through with the fight. But he could have ended this fight early. But it is what it is. So he got a 7-round knockout. The knockout was nice, you know what I'm saying? The highlight reel. But see, I'm not really so much big on that. I'm big on how you got there. Like, we see the highlights, and the highlights for me is for like casual fans, bringing them in. If they see that knockout, that can be on what World Star or ESPN Top 10. They just see that because he knocked them through the ropes, but they don't see what he was doing before then. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Yo, Hamza want Canelo to fight Berthabiev next. Know what I'm saying? I don't know about that, Hamza. Nah. He said he want to clean out 168. I'm cool with that. He said Canelo. What's up, social scientist? He said Canelo said, yeah, 60 and 68 his best. Yeah. Brad Biev is a killer though at 75. Who would you like to see Canelo fight next? I would like to see Canelo fight either Billy Joe or Callum Plant. Caleb Plant. One of those two. Ammo remind me a little bit Earl. Yeah, he got the back and the shoulders like Earl Spence. Southpaw, big. Yeah, yep. I was calling when Porter was getting ready for Spence. I was sending Porter messages. I was like sending him a DM and stuff like that on Twitter and stuff like that. Like, yo, you need to get Emma Williams in your camp, bro. For real. So yeah, I agree with that. He do remind me of Spence a little bit. Body type. You know what I'm saying? All right, so the co-man, you had the young amateur star Mark Castro finally make his pro debut, and he looked all right. You know what I'm saying? First, I know he was kind of nervous. He was rushing his work, but he got the stoppage though against Valdez, third round stoppage. So hopefully he can get right back in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I know Matchroom, they keep their young guys busy. I mean, Ford got 8 fights in like 2 years. Ammo got like what? He's 7-0. So we got the pandemic. He said Canelo versus Plant or Joe. Yep. I went either of those. So on to the Canelo Smith fight. I thought the fight I started off pretty good. It was pretty competitive early. So I think the first 6 rounds was kind of competitive. But I started to notice something like maybe in the third or fourth round, he wasn't really hitting them flush, but he was hitting them on the arms. And I tweeted that out. I was like, yo, Canelo going to Smith's arm, that shit's underrated right now. And we, fast forward, we're gonna talk about it. But I thought that was the key. That was very smart to do because he took away Smith's best weapon. Earlier in the fight, Smith didn't have an opportunity to throw that left hook because they really was just filling each other out. Jab here, jab there. Canelo coming forward with the high guard, just taking the peek, trying to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? He really wasn't pressing the action. Same thing with Smith, trying to see what Canelo was doing, throwing a little jab out there, a right hand, occasionally. So it was an opportunity to get into exchange, to throw the counter left hook, which is his best punch. I rarely see Caleb leading off with a left hook because that would get him out of position to get counter, and he's not the fastest guy in the world. He normally, when he's effective with the left hook, the counter left hook is in exchanges. You feel me? So my man said, "What's up, Stephen?" He said, "Plant has the tools to give Canelo problems early, but Canelo would probably work him over and lay stoppage or points." Okay, I can see. I see that. Plant is better fight than Billy Joe, in my opinion. I think both guys can give Canelo problems with their movement and their hand speed. What's up, Oz? What's good? What's good with you, bro? So that's what I thought was one of the key things in the fight. Billy Joe or Andre who will win in your opinion? That's a good fight, man. I lean towards Andre a little bit, even though both guys do similar things. They both southpaw, whatever. I think Andre probably got a little bit more diversity in him. Um, I think whoever wins that fight is the one that's going to be more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to get on the front foot and try to push the other guy back? Because both guys can box and kind of slick or whatever. I just think Andre got a little bit more versatility. I see him winning a decision. But that was the key to the fight for me. I thought Smith was doing well though. You know what I'm saying? He was doing well. But I just felt like he was getting hit with those big shots on the arms and stuff like that. He wasn't getting touched with that stuff. If y'all notice, he wasn't getting touched with that stuff early in the rounds. He wasn't getting touched. It was a lot of big thudding shots to the arms and to the elbows and shit, both sides. And that broke him down. And then after that, I ain't see Canelo losing no rounds after that. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo, I don't know if he could have stopped him, but Smith is tough though. He's tough. He took some big punches down the stretch. I thought that 10th round, that was a dominating round by Canelo. I mean, maybe he could have stopped him in that one. But another good performance by Canelo. And this is a good quality win. This guy was the number 1 guy in the division. You know what I'm saying? just based on what he did. And it wasn't like so far off because if you look at their resumes and what they did, I think Callum get more credit because he went to the World Boxing Super Series in a tournament setting and he won that, you know what I'm saying? And George Groves was classified as the number one guy at the time. So that's a good performance by Canelo. He broke them down. He broke them down. And and Canelo all jabbed him. And what that did when he went to his arm, and we can see post fight, they say he got a tricep and a bicep injury. And you see his arm post fight, and that shit is the reason why he couldn't left that left hook off. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't throwing it early because he wasn't in position to throw it. How you gonna throw your counter left hook if you're not even in position? Canelo not even counter. He's not even doing nothing. He's just picking and poking and taking a look. So I mean, I saw that early. That's the key to the fight for me. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a perfect game plan. He took away his best weapon. He chopped him down and he outpawned him. There's no real controversy. Um, to me, I gave Cal Smith 1, 2, and 6. I thought he got those. I thought it started off slow. I thought Callum won those first 2 rounds. The first round, I gave it to Callum Smith because Canelo didn't fight the whole round. He tried to fight the last 30 seconds. That ain't working for me. You know what I'm saying? And round 2, I thought it was kind of clear for Callum. And rounds other than that, that's it. 6. So I had a 9 rounds to 3. I would like to see Canelo. Yeah, that's a good fight. I like to see that fight too. I think that eventually that's gonna happen. So we all now, after every fight, we want to know what Canelo. They ask me about what's next for him, who I want him to fight next, and so it's a difference between what I want and what I think is gonna happen. And this is what I think is gonna happen. I'm about to put it up. This is what I'm thinking is gonna happen. Canelo versus Yildirim. I'm thinking that's going down early 2021, and I'm guessing it's gonna be in February, probably in Mexico, some shit like that. Look, the WBC. Listen, what they doing. They ordered this fight, right? They allowed Canelo and what's the name to fight for the vacant title. He said tore bicep and the tricep. I told my bicep a couple years ago. The muscle bunched up, like yeah. It looked like that. It looked crazy. He looked like a Popeye the Sailor Man arm at the end of the fight. But the WBC ordered the winner of Callum Smith versus Canelo to fight in 90 days. So that's like March 24th or March something, whatever it is. So it's been some news circulating that Canelo gonna make a quick return. He want to fight 3 times a year next year. So if any top fighter fighting 3 times a year, he gonna fight somebody that pretty much don't have a chance. That's just the realistic of it. They're not fighting killers after killers after killers. Ain't nobody doing that. So I see him fighting early next year. Maybe they can push it back to March or whatever. I'm thinking he want to hurry up and try to get that Cinco de Mayo date, which is good for the fans. You know what I'm saying? If he's fighting all the time, that shit is great for the fans, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know this opponent right here ain't up to par, but obviously the WC think he's up to par. I mean, maybe like I said before, maybe Yildirim got some pictures of Suleiman somewhere out there in the club in Mexico acting crazy. Mauricio going wild or some shit like that. I don't know. Because he keep getting opportunities coming off a loss to Darrell and a failed PED test. And they made him the mandatory. Like, I don't know what the connection is. So it leads me to concern that he got something on Mauricio's head. Yep, I think so too. Get him out the way. Yeah. Eubank is too inactive. He needs to fight. Yeah. I'm here. I don't know, man. Some people try to tell me he was gonna fight Clint, but I stood my ground. I said it was gonna be the Truax or Darrell, and it was Truax because they ranked in the IBF. Y'all always go by them rankings. When they try to throw all these matchups, look at those rankings. Look what they saying. Look what these sanctions by. They'll tell you everything. But I don't know what Eubank gonna do. The best case scenario for Eubank if Canelo drop the WBA at 160, and they elevate my man Eubank to the champion at 160, the super champion. But then you got a big confusion because Murata is the regular champion, so he should deserve to move up. Man, I don't know because if they made Eubank super champion. That way he can unify with Charlo, which is a big fight. But then here comes another scenario, a bump in the road. Eubank and the WC got beef. You know what I'm saying? Because the WC tried to make they tried to order Eubank versus David Benavidez in 2027. You remember when Benavidez fought Gavril for the vacant title? That supposed to have been Benavidez versus Eubank. Eubank turned it down at the WBC convention. So they basically I say they just basically disown him. Basically, they didn't want to rank him. That's why they put Yildirim ahead of him in the rankings, so Yildirim can fight Darrell for the vacant title when Benavidez popped dirty for the cocaine. You see how this shit work? You see? So I don't know what he got to do to get in a good grace with the WBC. Maybe he had to drop a bag down there real quick. I don't know. Maybe he got to get his pops to go down there and I don't know what he got to do. He with Roy Jones now, so I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. When y'all say, "Well, Eubank this," it's a reason, bro. It's behind the scenes shit. That's most people don't really pay attention to. They just pay attention to the surface of what's going on in boxing. But me myself, I gotta dig deep because I want to know, it's a natural fight for him to fight Charlo, since they want to play that side of the street. Charlo don't have nobody to fight on the on PBC side 160. If you do, let me know. They got Selecki. Y'all want to see him fight Selecki? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who can he fight on the PBC side. Uh, Karbrov too. Karbrov, he can't even stay healthy enough. Ronald Ellis, he can't make one. I'm saying nobody want to see these fights. But if you want him to go up to 168, then Maul got some work. But if he stay at 160, what he got except for Eubank? Unless they're gonna lure Murata over, but Murata worked with Top Rank. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of politics. You gotta understand it. It's not just A side, B side. It goes deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? He said Eddie was saying Canelo won't fair wear mates. There you go. There you go. So if you're going, let's say he came off kind of clean. He came off kind of clean. I was rooting for him not to get cut. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he had the fight in the bag. I was like, man, please don't hurt your hand and get cut, because I want to see Canelo fight. I think the more these top guys fight, the better they gonna look. That's history. The more active you are, that's anything you do. Whether you do a YouTube channel, whether you playing basketball, baseball, football, the more you do it, the better you become. Same thing with Canelo. He probably feel like he wasted a whole year messing with Golden Boy. Who is your favorite boxer to watch currently? Um, I like watching like technicians. So I like Chocolatito. He's a technician in the ring. I like Anyway. You know what I'm saying? I like Bud. I like how Bud fight. I like how Spence fight. Um, I like how Breeders fight too. Like that's me. I like that shit. I like Luis Ortiz. I like his style. Um, it's a lot of guys. I like Caleb Plant. I like a lot of guys. I like more guys than I don't like. You know what I'm saying? But I like the technical guys. So I'm thinking this is my guess. I'm thinking this fight gonna go down early, 2021, which is good for us. I'm thinking it's gonna be on free TV this time. I think it's gonna be on free TV. Hopefully, it should be, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, we'll see. Maybe they put it back on the zone. I don't know, but it should be free. I think this should be. I think if Canelo did this on CBS or ABC or any like a big network like that, I think he'll be even bigger. You know what I'm saying? He said he got Crawford #2. Cobra looks like a good. Yeah, he's good. I mean, I think he's a contender now. I think he's a contender. But I feel what you're saying. He's good. So we got that fight. That's the fight I'm thinking is gonna be next. But I want unifications though. But we'll see. So now I want to talk about some little news and notes or whatnot. A couple fights that was announced. You know what I'm saying? So this fight right here is a double hitter, actually. February the 13th, Jojo Diaz versus Shaq Romanov. This is a IBF a mandatory fight. Romanov is a southpaw, aggressive, come forward type of guy. He's bringing that smoke. He bringing that heat. He coming with it, bro. I mean, you look at his record. It comes off like a big puncher, but I don't know if he one punch. But I think he more of a grind you out and get you up out of there. I like his demeanor. I like what he brings to the table. You can tell he's not scared of nothing. He ain't scared of no type of smoke. You feel me? And the reason why I say that he won his IBF eliminator. He went to South Africa and fought the kid that was a favorite, and he was getting outboxed in that fight, beat to the punch, and he broke that kid down and stopped him. Like in a hostile environment. Listen, it's it's hard to do that. That tells you the character of a fighter and a man that he can go down to hostile territory and get that work and still come out on top. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. I watched that fight a couple times and I was impressed. You know what I'm saying? Is he kind of slow? Yeah, he kind of slow. Jojo can beat him to the punch and outbox him and use his skills and his pedigree. Of course he can. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what JoJo gonna have to do. Use his legs a little bit. He can walk guy into some shots, but he's coming. So you gotta have some crack on you. He gonna keep coming. Now it was a controversy in that fight I'm talking about when he went to South Africa. The round before he got the stoppage, um, it, his corner was accused of using some smelling salts, and kind of like I don't know what it was, but it looked like it rejuvenated him, and he came out and got the stoppage. But the IBF did an investigation and they kept him mandatory. So I don't know. Diaz, this is his first title defense after being Jojo Diaz. And this is a good fight for him. And he's seeking this fight. What's good, Ali? He said, I hope it's on Fox or something. Yeah, that'd be good. Do you think Luis Ortiz and Dylan White fight is going to happen? I don't, man, no. I'm gonna say no. Because we've been down this before. We've been down this way before. If it happens, good. If it don't, no. In my opinion, I think Dylan White just gonna wait for Povetkin. In my opinion, but I could be wrong if he take that fight or take another fight. I like Taylor in that fight. Taylor versus Ramirez. I like Taylor. I think it's gonna be a close competitive fight. Um, yeah, I like Taylor. Ramirez can win that fight though, so it's not. I think it's 50-50 in my opinion, but I like Taylor though. I think he bring a little bit more to the table. Can't figure that. Can't argue that. Bud is special, but just need 6 Yeah, he needs some more fights. He said, "Do you think Canelo would beat Bivol? That's a tough fight." Yeah, that's a tough fight, Silas. Yep. Man, I think Bivol have the tools to beat him, but can he put that shit in action though? That's the thing when you fight Canelo. Like, how these guys gonna fight when they get in front of him? The bright lights, all that good shit. If they gonna, I haven't seen a guy go at Canelo and force their will on the guy. And these fighters have to do that to get a victory. And I don't know if Bivol gonna be able to do that. Can he outbox him and counterpunch him and do certain stuff? Yeah, but it depends. Can he react and counter what Canelo doing? He gonna have to outwork Canelo. He gonna have to be more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? He's a good counterpuncher, and I think he has the skills to beat him. But I'm picking Canelo, bro. I don't think nobody beating Canelo right now. You're about to get ready for these NFL games. I have a few fantasy players. All right, bro. Salute, man. I appreciate you coming through. Thank you, man. Coach K in the building. Go rock with Coach K. He got some boxing debates going on and other stuff. Football, basketball. Go check him out. Leo Santos, new sub. If Canelo fight Spence, what round do you have Canelo stopping Spence in? I don't have him stopping him, Leo. I mean, I can see him stopping him, but I don't think he's stopping him. I think Spence gonna get better when he move up. Actually, I'm one of those that think Spence is actually gonna be better when he move up in weight. I think Canelo wins this fight, but if Spence try to come and sit there and fight with Canelo, he mess around and get stopped. So you're right. So if I had to pick, I would say maybe like late, like 9 or 10. If I had to pick, but I don't think he gonna stop him though. So I don't know. Get this smoke. What's good? He said Canelo looked juice to the gills. He couldn't cut off the ring. I don't know. I can't put that jacket on him, but he just walked straight to him. So I don't know if he really needs to cut out the ring. If you can walk straight to him, he really wasn't working in that fight. He was just walking to the dude. But this fight right here, though, look, this gonna be a good one. Diaz, JoJo versus Romanov. It's gonna be a good one. It's got a good co-main event, another world title fight. Same night, February 13th, Teixeira versus Castano, WO world title, 154 pounds. Another good fight. This is the key for Jermell Charlo to get undisputed, full belt undisputed. Castano is a PBC fighter. If he can get this victory, it's basically guaranteed that he's going to fight Mel Charlo. Mel Charlo probably have a IBF title defense against the kid that fought on his undercard. Y'all can go check that out for the box rec, the box rec babies. You can go check that out. Background, something like that. I forgot his name. Matalev. He's coached by Virgil Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Out there in California, out there in Oakland and Haywood. He out there with him. So that's who I think Mel gonna fight next. That IBF title eliminator, the IBF mandatory is long overdue, and it's a reason why they put the IBF mandatory on the undercard. He don't have no promotional affiliation with the PBC, so that's probably next. It might be a hometown fight. So I was expecting that might be like in March. If Castano beat Teixeira, I think Mel gonna fight him next. If Teixeira somehow win, I think he got a good chance too, because he's long and rangy and southpaw. He can catch Castano coming in. But I think Teixeira, if he win, he gonna fight Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? He said, how highly you rate on the Barbosa? I give him a shot against Taylor or Ramirez. Oh, do I give him a shot? I do rate him. I think he's a good boxer. He don't have the biggest punch, but I think he can develop that. He hit you enough times. I mean, obviously, he can punch a little bit, but he's not a big puncher. The thing with him, he kind of caught into styles with me. I think me personally, I think he's best suited as being a boxer. But then sometimes he like to sit and bang. So if he decided to commit himself to be a boxer and defensive sound, I think he can have a chance. But I don't think he beat neither of those guys right now. I think a good fight for him next is maybe Pedraza. That's a good fight. Barbosa versus Pedraza is a great fight. He said Canelo. He said Teixeira versus Castano. Yeah, that's a 50-50 fight. We don't have to put a jacket on Canelo. Vada already handled that. Yeah. I mean, but still, we don't know if he's doing it now. So that's why I said I can't put the jacket on him. That's not for me to do. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it. I seen guys test positive and then come back, and then nobody, like Luis Ortiz, nobody said nothing about Luis Ortiz. He tested positive, and people still think he can beat anybody in the heavyweight division. They gloss over that. You got people saying, it's guys is you got stand up guys like Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz, but Luis Ortiz tested positive too. You know what I'm saying? There's guys that test positive, come back, have a bump in the road. You know what I'm saying? So I can't put the jacket on them. But if you want to do that, that's you or whoever. Vada, there you go. They can put the jacket on them. I don't know. I can't say that. And so I know he did test positive, and that's what stops me from giving him pound for pound number one. He got all the credentials and shit like that, but I can't give him that. That's me personally. But I'm not gonna say, oh, he's juiced and he's, look at him, and he's so, I can't do that. That's not me to say. You know what I'm saying? That's not me to say. So yeah, that fight right there, February the 13th, I think it's gonna be a good card right there. The zone's starting off all right now. You know what I'm saying? It's starting out okay. Here's another fight that they talking about getting in working out. And they supposed to make this a unification fight. He said it's Andrade getting Billy Joe Saunders or nah, sit around another year for Canelo Triple G like he did. I don't know, man. I'm thinking they working on that fight with Billy Joe. If he don't fight Billy Joe, he gonna fight his mandatory Liam Williams. And that's a decent little fight for him. Liam Williams is a decent opponent at 160 right now. Because 160 ain't really that deep, really. I mean, Triple G, Andrade, Charlo, And then what else? Murata. Who else? Brent. You know what I'm saying? So 60 ain't really that deep. So I ain't mad if he fight his mandatory, but I want to see him and Billy Joe. I think that's natural. That should happen. He said Barbosa versus Cepeda or post out. Yeah, either one. Yep. He said it was blood pressure, man. So Luis Ortiz is clean. What about when he fought Coyote? Talk to me about Coyote. Leo Santa Snooze. What about Coyote? Coyote was the boogeyman. He had two guys test positive against him. Luis Ortiz and Antonio Tara. Charles Conway looked good. Yup. He looked good. He said he's not saying he's juiced, but I also have eyes. Do look like a product of some chemical enhancement. There you go. I mean, that's for you to say, not for me. What can we do about it then? How can we fix it? So you brought it up. How can we fix it? He said Andrade fight Billy Joe, then Leon Williams versus Magia for the bacon belt. It all depends on if Andrade, like, he'll have 10 days or so to let the WO know which belt he want to keep. So if he say he want to stay at 160, then yeah, that scenario gonna happen. I think Magia fighting Triple G next, like March or April. But maybe that's another scenario. We'll see what Andrade do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think they're gonna strip him right off. He got to make a decision. He said he won't be surprised. Um, how do you guys perceive Eddie Hearn over here in the U.S.? He has a cult following over here in the UK, but appears predominantly to the casual market. I mean, for me, Eddie Hearn, he gets a lot of flack because over here because of how he did the Wilder situation. That's me talking. I'm not speaking for nobody else. How he carried that situation and kind of like put Wilder down when I think both guys needed each other. Whether Wilder only made $2 million or whatever he made at the time, him and AJ would have been crazy. Everybody would have loved that. So I kind of blame him for that shit more than I blame the fighters. But really looking at it, taking a step back, Eddie Hearn's a good promoter, bro. Like, he tell you what's gonna happen. He have 30-minute interviews like every day with Coogan. He break down these fighters from you know, he's the only promoter that would cover a card, his own card from top to bottom, and break down what these guys need to do and what's next. Ain't no other promoter doing that, and that gives us real hardcore boxing fans that insight of what they're doing. So me as a promoter, man, he ain't no different than other promoters, but I think he's good though. He get the social media shit. He know how to market the fighters. You know what I'm saying? Can he be a bullshit artist? Yes, but I think for the most part, for me, he's good for boxing, honestly. And a lot of people that was trashing him for the AJ and Wilder fiasco, they made him a star. They made Eddie Hearn a star. He a star. He bigger than some of his fighters. Well, he bigger than a lot of fighters in boxing. So I ain't mad at him. Yep, he said Luis Ortiz is a juicer. Luis Ortiz took that stuff. Uh, AJ Wilder would have did over 1 million buys. Yeah, man, that's more our fault than no. I think it's more Eddie's fault because Eddie needed AJ to launch the zone. He needed AJ to launch the zone. That's the whole thing about it because Showtime had AJ on their platform for 6 straight fights since he won the world title. 6 straight fights, world title fight, and all his fights after that. So they were showing him over here. So that's a natural buildup. Then they fought in the same month, March. Wilder fought Ortiz the third. AJ fought Parker on the 31st. Natural fight to make next. But Eddie had that zone shit popping off. He wanted to. He couldn't guarantee. Um, he couldn't guarantee AJ to sign with his own straight off, but he wanted to, at least have him launch the product. That's what he did. That's the main shit behind all the other bullshit. The 50 million, the Frank Warren, the 12.5, the increase to 15 million for Wilder. All that shit, all that stuff, at that time really was just window dressing for the fans to talk about. He needed AJ to launch the zone in the United States. That's my opinion. And if you look at the facts, that kind of go along with that. He said one fix is to tell the truth about what we think and stop hiding behind passing a test. Everyone needs to step their game up. Hey, yeah, I agree. I agree. You can lead the way. You should get you a channel and dedicate that. Get with Margaret Goodman. She just got inducted to the Hall of Fame this year. Get with her and see what you can come up with. You know what I'm saying? That was yeah, you should lead the way. Because for me, it's like it's being a dead drum because nobody really is going to follow the guidelines. If that's the case, we won't even watch boxing. You can look at people and say, "Damn, look how big this dude done got." Even Caleb Plant. Look at Caleb Plant. He ain't the most you know what I'm saying? He looked crazy strong. And when that stuff happened. So nobody I don't like to put that jacket on somebody, but if you want to lead the way, get with Margaret Goodman. She run VADA. She just got inducted to the Hall of Fame, class of 2021. See what y'all can work out. Get your channel popping. I'll be the first subscriber. I might be the first subscriber, but I'll be the first one in the chat. Eddie Hearn is doing a pretty good job. Yeah, he's doing his thing. How do you think Wilder would bounce back from the Fury loss and aftermath? I like to see him fight Ruiz in the back end of 2021. I mean, it all depends on how his training situation comes together. So you gotta have. He said Billy Joe. Okay, he got that one. Billy Joe versus. Okay. It all depends on how his training situation come back together. I think he can bounce back because he's a strong-willed individual, in my opinion. So I don't really think this stuff really hurt him so much. If you take a guy that's a kind of an overachiever and he lose, whether you know the excuses or whatnot, no matter how you look at it, that guy got some type of perseverance. So I think he'll bounce back good. Perfect world scenario, I would say get a good trainer that he can bond with, that he can communicate with real well. And me personally, I would say if we don't get the Fury fight, if that don't work out, then get a couple fights in. He can fight, you know what I'm saying? He can fight the top of the year. Um, PBC got some guys he can fight. And I think that was still because at the end of the day, if Wilder go knock out two guys that we know, then the public gonna start demanding for him to get the winner of Fury versus AJ. So I think it all depends on the training situation. That's what I think. He said he stopped Wilder versus AJ. Tank Loma stopping Bud. Oh, he's stopping Bud. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the Wilder AJ, but Tank Loma, I agree with that. Um, Bud, yeah, I agree with that too. The Bud and Spence, Charlo and Hearn. Yeah, he was prolonging those fights. I think yeah, you can say that too because he advised her, and her was talking about he needed to fight two right-handers and all that shit. And he's a unified champion. So yeah, but I don't agree with the Wilder AJ. I don't think I'll stop that shit. Wouldn't even make Caleb Plant Benavidez. I think that's gonna come at the end of the year. Yeah, Warrington versus Kansas was a good fight. Yeah, this fight should be announced pretty soon, probably for March. I'm guessing March, maybe February. It depends. But this is a big fight, and what they're doing, they gonna elevate Kanzu to the super champion, so you make this a unification. So that's what it is. This is a good fight. It's a stylistically good fight. Kanzu is a tall guy for the division, like 5'9", throw a lot of punches. He kind of a technician in the ring too. He plays his punches real well. And Warrington is a strong, durable guy that like to fight. So that's a good matchup. That fight should be announced coming up. And then we got a Showtime card that was announced. I know it's an old thumbnail, but this fight was supposed to happen August the 1st. But Fulton, he tested positive for COVID, and Leo fought Tremaine Williams and won the vacant WBO title at 122 pounds. So they're gonna fight January the 23rd, which is a good fight too. Good style matchup. You know what I'm saying? Leo was, I think he performed real well against a crafty guy. He broke him down to the body and basically dominated the back half of the fight. And Steve Fulton is a good boxer. You know what I'm saying? A good body puncher. I think it's gonna be a good style matchup. I think both guys gonna mesh well. So, and on this card, you got another bomb ass fight at 122 pounds. If y'all don't know these guys, go check them out. Reese Salim, he fought on the Leo undercard. He fought Marcus Bates in the rematch. He dominated and stopped him. Reese is a tall guy for the Division Two. He's tall, strong, athletic, can counter punch, good boxer. He nice. And Vic Padillas, he fought on FS1 recently. He stopped this Dominican kid. I mean, this dude is nice. Southpaw, got good skills, good technique. You know what I'm saying? Like a boxer puncher. He's not. He kind of. I don't know. He got that kind of Tank Davis type of vibe, but he's not as a strong puncher. But he like far as skills and in and out with the southpaw stance, he's nice. He's underrated. So this gonna be a good fight. I think it might be for one of those WA regular titles or something. You know how they doing? Because you know Figueroa about to move up. I mean, not move up, but he about to fight Neri. That's coming up. So that means he'll probably vacate his regular title or something like that. And these guys might fight for it. So, and we know the PBC been rocking heavy with the WA lately. He said I fancy Fulton on points, but Leo, yeah, that's gonna be a good fight though, Stephen. Good fight. I would say Leo on points too, but I got Leo. No, excuse me, I got Fulton on points. I'm with you. I can lock in with you on that one. But I think Leo he gonna come with it. He said Canelo needs somebody to rely on his legal contracts and stipulations. He doesn't know the odds and ends yet. He's going to rely on Eddie Hearn. He even asked Eddie who's next. I mean, I feel you, but I don't feel you. I think Canelo knows what's going on. He been around. He been around for a minute. He was there watching uh Floyd and his big fights. He was on some of those undercards and stuff like that. He pretty. I think he's savvy. I think he probably leaning on Eddie because Eddie got the opponents though. You know, Canelo is on promoter, but Eddie got the opponents. And so he's basing a situation like how Floyd was. He got to work with Golden. You know, Floyd had to work with Goldenwood. So I think it's part of that too. But you know, Canelo can fight whoever he want to. And imagine Canelo fighting Yildirim in Mexico in February. You know what I'm saying? In a good, decent little crowd stadium. Yo, that should be big. That'd be big. Canelo ain't fought in Mexico in a long time. I want to say Comer Centron. I want to say that. I'm not sure. I ain't looking at the bottom. I don't remember off top. But I want to say Centron, and that'd be straight. What do you think of Truck Simpson? I mean, he's decent prospect, southpaw, strong. I don't think he's a big puncher as people think, but I think he's good. He can improve. You know what I'm saying? He can improve on a lot of things. He kind of heavy footed to me. He struggled in his last fight against Sonny Dervison. The guy was tall and he got dropped, but it really wasn't a drop. So if you see that on BoxRec, don't trip. It was like a slip, or that foot got tangled up. So don't trip. Don't say, "Oh, he got dropped by Dervison." Nah, you gotta watch the fights. But I think Truck can be all right. You know what I'm saying? It depends how he get developed. He signed with MTK, so he gonna get a lot of exposure. So we'll see. I don't think he's ready to step up yet. I think he still needs some more development fights, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but we'll see. So yeah, so we talked about this fight. Reese Salim versus Vic Padillas. That's a good fight, yo. Y'all go check those guys out. Both guys undefeated. Padillas 16-0. Lim is 17-0. Damn. And I think Leo undefeated, Fulton undefeated, and then the next fight. So you only got one guy that got a loss on this card. That's what's up. We're gonna talk about it. So Romero is on this card too. So it's a triple header. And just to go back earlier, I was saying Boots, he should jump on. They should put Boots on this card too. Boots ain't getting no work. Let Boots fight the Loma on this card. Maybe put him co-main. Yeah, that's me thinking. I know Boots and Fulton got the same trainer there. Boots Pops. I think he working with Fulton now. But hey, they can put Boots on early. I don't know. They can work that shit out. But I think Boots should be right back in there. January 23rd, perfect. You feel me? Let him have like a week off. That guy, he's ready. You can't sit that guy on the shelf unless you're going to sit him on the shelf and let him get his own main event. And Delorme, he was the original opponent, but he pulled out. So and Delorme was supposed to come back next week. They got a card next week on Fox. He was supposed to come back, but then they pushed it back again. So maybe they can schedule Boots and put him on this card. That would make sense to me, bro. Keep that dude active. But let me see what he say. He said, "Are you a fan of Bellinger? His ceiling is hard to gauge at the moment because he's not being tested, just running through everyone." I mean, I'm a fan. I like how he just come through and try to get you up out of there. I like that. He's exciting. But I see the long run, he's gonna have some problems if he's not getting the rounds against the appropriate guys. So one name I heard is Ronald Graville, former world title challenger. I heard that might be next in March, and then he might fight a bigger fight. Excuse me, a bigger fight in June or July. So we'll see. But I like him though. I'm not mad at him. I heard some people talking about him fighting Gabe Rosado. I mean, that's a good look. Now I mean, Gabe can neutralize all that power. Cause Gabe, man, like the way Gabe fighting now, he's not giving you nothing. He's just, he gonna box and stay on the outside and pot shot. So that's a good fight for him. But I don't know about next. Graville is a good fight because Graville is a good style. He coming forward. So I think they're gonna keep giving him guys that's gonna come forward. But I like the kid though. He's strong. But this fight, Rolly Romero versus Justin Paldo. I'm gonna start with Paldo. I mean, Paldo is an aggressive guy too. They kind of fight similar. You know what I'm saying? Paldo been on these ESPN. I mean, excuse me, these PBC cards. He fought recently. He got a decision. He alright. He's strong, athletic, but he come to bang. He ain't boxing, so I think this is gonna make a good matchup because Rolly doing the same thing. Um, he's like 14-1, I believe, 7 knockouts. So here's the thing. This is why I be paying attention to. So Paul though is not ranked by the WBA. We know Rolly is the WBA interim champion, 135. He's not ranked. So watch when the rankings come out on the January 1st. Watch how I want to see how high Paul though get ranked. You know what I'm saying? That's why I pay attention to all this shit, the ins and outs, how they moving. So he'll probably be ranked pretty soon. But this is a pretty good matchup. Rolly, he coming off a loss. Let's be honest. He got all boxed. Berlango needs to calm down and throw his punches. He's punches too wide. Yeah, he do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why that's what I think is gonna hurt him because if he throwing wild in the first round, he was breathing kind of heavy after that last fight. So man, and he need to take his time to get himself into the fight. But if he can get these guys about that, you can't complain. But if he's throwing like that, let's say he's throwing like that against a guy that's durable, that's gonna take that shit and take you like the guy we seen fight Ali Akhmadev, that Carlos Gongora guy. He was taking some big shots against Ali, but he stayed the course. He was breaking him down. He stopped him late. So if somebody can take his work early, that's gonna be a problem for Berlanga. So he need to settle down, like you said, Ricky E. He need to settle down, get the jab going. That's the best way to settle down. Get your jab going. It's the easiest punch in boxing to throw. It's the best. It's the best punch in boxing. So get your jab going. You know what I'm saying? Get your rhythm, and it's gonna come. But I think he fall in love with it. And if he fall in love, he gonna mess around. He gonna live. He gonna live by it. He gonna die by it at the end of the day. So yeah. But Rolly, coming off his first loss, nah, man, that was a robbery. That was on the same level as last night, Rodriguez versus Gabalo. Jasmine Martinez outboxed this kid. But, Rolly is an entertaining, fun style. He don't come to fight. He's real stiff and upright. But these guys basically fit each other. This is a good matchmaking, bruh. This good because the kid Paulo don't really move and box like that. He's coming forward and trying to bang. So that fits what Rolly trying to do. So I see what they're doing. But definitely, he need this fight. He need this fight to look good because what I'm saying, that last fight was crazy. So we'll see what Rolly brings to the table. That's a nice little triple hitter. Hopefully they put Boots on that undercard. You know what I'm saying? Leo versus Fulton, Pasillas versus Aleem. Romero versus Pardo. That's a nice little card to kick off um the lineup for Showtime. So that's what it is, bro. That's what it is. So I'm about to close it out, man. I appreciate everybody coming through the building. Hope you guys, you know what I'm saying, got something from it. Trying to talk this boxing and just push the sport. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I do talk about this sport. The new subscribers, I appreciate you guys coming through. Everybody that's been rocking with me before, I appreciate it, man. It's gonna keep coming. We're gonna keep talking about this boxing. Make sure you can follow me on. Let me put it down here. I gotta plug myself. They say I don't plug myself that much. He said, "Roll into a female are funny. Yeah, they funny. They should do a reality show, bruh. They should do a reality show. It don't got to be 30 minutes. Let's do like 15-minute, blog in the life of Roll into a female. You know what I'm saying? Bounce it back off each other. Talk about fights. Get a YouTube channel. Get monetized. Get some bread. You know what I'm saying? You can always get some income. That's what I say. But yeah, man, y'all can. So I try to keep everybody as updated as possible. I don't care if you if you say you're a boxing fan, and if I know you, if I find you on social media, I'm gonna hit you up with some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to let you know whether you want it or not, it's coming. So you can hit me up on Twitter at OvaJ, OVAJAY. Hit me up right there. Instagram, L Does Boxing. So what I do on there, Twitter, I'm more I'm more animated on there. I just talk, speak my mind about boxing and whatnot, or I do a lot of fight predictions. Like I pick, like I say, like not like breaking down a fight, whatever. I can do that, no doubt. But like matchups is going to happen. So I say, like, for example, Luis Ortiz is going to fight Badu Dinu. You know what I'm saying? That's coming down the pipe. Hey, don't be surprised if that happens. So you know what I'm saying? I throw that out there, and people be like, "Who? Badu Dinu? Luis Ortiz gonna fight him?" And then when they announce the fight, Luis Ortiz versus Bogdan Dinu, February 20, you know what I'm saying? I do that shit. So I like to remind folks that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty nice to that shit. Like coming up with fights or whatnot. No sources or no nothing. I just follow the sport of boxing, the ins and outs, listen to the interviews, pay attention to the rankings, listen to what the fighters say, promoters say. Then I just come up with an educated guess. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. But it don't really matter about being wrong because it's about being passionate about the sport and whatnot. So that's me on Twitter. You can hit me up on there. Some behind the scenes shit. And also you can hit me up on Instagram, but I'm on there, but I just on there just to post fight posters and let you know what's going on, what's next, what's happening in boxing, stuff like that. It ain't as crazy as it is on Twitter. Twitter, I'll be wilding. Instagram, more subdued, just, throwing out pictures and this and that. But also, you can hit me up if you need links to fights. So if you look at the fight schedule or you own Box Rec or whatever you own, and you see a fight that you like, damn, this shit not on TV. How can I watch it? Hit me up behind the scenes, and I'll let you know if I can find that fight. I can drop a link for you. I can, so I do that all the time behind the scenes. I drop a link or whatever. I try to look. I try to look for it. Cause I be trying to watch the fight myself. You feel me? So if I find what's my man Macabu versus Daradola, I found the link for that, and that was on YouTube, free on YouTube. It's just like we forget it's worldwide. These guys in Africa got YouTube channels. Everywhere got YouTube channels. So and Facebook. So you can. The promoters normally have they be streaming their fights. You just gotta find out who the promoter is and go to their page on Facebook or YouTube, and just see if they're gonna drop some content. They might be showing live fights. You never know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the man for that. You want to hit me up behind the scenes about that if you need links, stuff like that. And yeah, bro, it's just boxing with me. If you want to talk about something, you feel like you want to jump on and talk about boxing, let me know. It's still, I mean, I ain't mad at no free smoke. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We can talk boxing all day, but salute to everybody coming through the building. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all time coming through, checking me out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? That's my time right there, and I'm out.